and encouragement are alive and well, and you'll find them here on Keep the Faith. Welcome, I'm Donna Cruz. Keith Stevens is off today, so I'm joined by a mom of 3 strapping young men, our good friend Penny.
Happy Mother's Day. Whether you're a mom, grandmother, aunt, sister, daughter, you name it, there's something for you today. Here's a taste of what's to come.
You say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak.
I can remember even as a kid, we'd see people who were messing around at the mall. My mom would say, "Is that the path you want to be on?" She just always encouraged me to just believe in myself, believe in my worth as a daughter of the King, and to operate from that space and not from chasing after the world's approval.
I love the togetherness of chaos. When everybody's under one roof, you don't have to get a dinner invitation to show up at the table. The magical moments you're present for.
Together with our differences, together we are bolder, braver, stronger.
Coming up next on Keep the Faith, Shannon Bream looks back on how her mom has helped shape her into the woman she is today.
This year's felt like 4 seasons of winter, and you'd give anything to feel the sun. Always reaching, always climbing, always second guessing the timing. But God has a plan, a purpose in this. You are his child, and don't you forget, he put that hunger in your heart, he put that fire in your soul. His love is the reason to keep on believing. When you feel like giving up, when you feel like giving in, his love is the reason to keep on believing. If we could pull back the curtain of heaven, we would see his hand on everything. Every hour, every minute, every second, he's always been in it. Don't let a shadow of a doubt take hold. Hold on to what you already know. He put that hunger in your heart, he put that fire in your soul. His love is the reason to keep on believing. When you feel like giving up, when you feel like giving in, his love is the reason to keep on believing. It's the reason, it's the reason, his love is the reason. He's the peace in the madness that you can't explain. He's the hope in the heartbreak, the rest in the suffering. He's closer than the air you breathe, from the start to the end, to the in-between. Don't you dare doubt even for a minute what he started in you, yeah, he's gonna finish. He put that hunger in your heart, he put that fire in your soul. His love is the reason to keep on believing. Just keep on believing. When you feel like giving up, when you feel like giving in, his love is the reason to keep on believing. It's the reason, it's the reason, his love is the reason. It's the reason, it's the reason, his love is the reason. Hey!
Welcome to Keep the Faith, where the songs and stories of hope can remind you that you do have a reason to smile.
I woke up with a broken heart in my chest. I couldn't sleep, couldn't get no rest, weighed down by the heaviness of life. And I try to shake it flipping through my phone, but all it does is make me feel more alone. How could anything that feels so wrong be right? 7 billion voices separate us, but only one can show us who we are. We are made in the image of God. Beautiful shades of love. We are made in the image of God. That's where the light comes from, yeah. We all need the same medicine. We all need another second chance. There's no first in line at the foot of the cross. Father, forgive me. Show my concrete heart. We are made in the image of God. Beautiful shades of love. We are made in the image of God. That's where the light comes from. We fall apart, we all lose sight of heaven, but still your love is chasing us. And oh, give me a heart for every heart that's breaking, and give me eyes to see we're so much more than flesh and blood. We are made in the image of God. Yeah, we are made in the image of God. Beautiful shades of love. We are made in the image of God. That's where the light comes from, yeah. That's where the light comes from, yeah.
You're listening to Keep the Faith. I'm Penny. A parent's influence is so important in shaping who you are and where you go in life. Shannon Bream has been successful by multiple standards as a cable news anchor and author of a new book called The Women of the Bible Speak. She's been blessed with 2 great parents, but if she had to pick the one who's influenced her the most,
I'd give my edge to the mom because we are sort of like, I'm her mini me. I want to be more like her when I grow up. She's such a faithful person, a prayer warrior. If you ever have something you need, give it to Marie. She's going to be there interceding for you faithfully. She always taught me not to go with the crowd, to not cave to that kind of pressure, to follow God's standards and his rules. And it won't make you the most popular person. You're not going to ever be the coolest person, but you're going to be walking with one person who loves you more than anything else in this world, has sacrificed everything for you, and is in the process of redeeming you. And it may not always be pleasant and easy, but that's what spiritual growth is about. So she just, I can remember even as a kid, we'd see people who were messing around at the mall, underage smoking or drinking or whatever was happening. And my mom would say, is that the path you want to be on? And it's a lot to ask, like a 7-year-old. But she just always encouraged me to just believe in myself, believe in my worth as a daughter of the King, and to operate from that space and not from chasing after the world's approval.
Some people think you're distant, just some words on a page, that you're nothing more than fables handed down along the way. But I've seen you part the waters when no one else could pull me from the deep. That's who you are to me.
Some people think you just live in cathedrals made of stone, but I know you live inside my heart. I know that it's your home, and I've seen you you in a sunset, and in the eyes of a stranger on the street. That's who you are to me.
You're amazing, faithful, love's open door. When I'm empty, you fill me with hunger for more of your mercy, your goodness. Lord, you're the air that I breathe. That's who you are to me. Who you are to me. Sometimes I have my doubts, I'm sure that everybody does. And I wonder when I stumble, am I still worthy of your love?
But I know that I get stronger when I'm talking to you down on my knees.
You're everything I need. You're amazing, faithful, love's open door. When I'm empty, you fill me with hunger for more of your mercy, your goodness. Lord, you're the air that I breathe. That's who you are to me. Who you are to me. You're forever holy. You're the Lamb who is worthy. My forgiveness, my healer, the Messiah, my Redeemer. You're amazing, faithful, love's open door. When I'm empty, you fill me with hunger for more of your mercy, your goodness. Lord, you're the air that I breathe. That's who you are. You are greater, higher, over it all. In your presence, Jesus, I stand in awe of your mercy, your goodness. Lord, you're the air that I breathe. That's who you are to me. Who you are. Who you are. That's who you are. That's who you are to me. Who you are. That's who you are. That's who you are. That's who you are to me.
There's a series of scriptures in the Bible. We call them the one another scriptures. They're simple phrases like serve one another, pray for one another, encourage one another. And I urge people to start with the simplest of them, like greet one another. You know, just make it your point today to say hello, you know, and especially say hello to people who never receive a hello.
I said God put a million doors in the world for his love to walk through. One of those doors is you. Oh, 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 oh. We bring the kingdom come. Oh, 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 oh. With every act of love, Jesus help us carry you. Alive in us, your light shines through. With every act of love, kingdom come. With every act of love, we bring the kingdom come.
This is Keep the Faith.
We tend to run away from chaos, but Amy Grant encourages you to embrace it. That's next on Keep the Faith.
Are you disappointed? Are you desperate for help? You know what it's like to be tired and only a shell of yourself. Or you start to believe you don't have what it takes, 'cause it's all you can do just to move, much less finish the race. Don't forget what lies ahead. Oh, no. 'cause of Jesus in us. It's not if, but when. So take joy in the journey, even when it feels long. Oh, find strength in each step, knowing heaven is cheering you. Heaven to us, make no mistake, there's still more to come. When our flesh and our bone are no longer between where we are right now and where we're meant to be. Well, all that's been lost is made whole again. Well, these tears and this pain no longer exist. No more walking, we're running as fast as we can. Consider this our second win. Almost home, brother, it won't be long. Soon all your burdens will be gone. With all your strength, sister, run wild, run free. Hold up your head, keep pressing on. We are almost
where you can find hope and strength for a fresh start. Welcome to Keep the Faith.
I raise a hallelujah in the presence of my enemies. I raise a hallelujah louder than the unbelief. I raise a hallelujah. My weapon is a melody. I raise a hallelujah. Heaven comes to fight for me. I'm gonna sing in the middle of the storm. Louder and louder, you're gonna hear my praises roar. Up from the ashes,
listening to Keep the Faith.
I'm Donna Cruz. As a parent, some days feel crazy. Our friend Amy Grant wouldn't trade the chaos for anything because she's learned to see the magic in each moment.
I used to say when my kids were little, if I do a great job, they will launch. They won't need me in a daily way like they do now, 10 years ago. I loved being the instigator and fun. I loved hearing their download at the end of the day. I just loved all of that. And now, 3 of my kids have launched. And sometimes many days go by and I don't hear from them. And their go-to call is to their significant other. And sometimes that is fantastic. And I just go, whew, high five. And sometimes I really miss the chaos. I love the togetherness of chaos. After your kids are gone, getting together requires a plan, some kind of invitation, scheduling. When everybody's under one roof, you don't have to get a dinner invitation to show up at the table. No one really is ever on their best behavior. It's just the chaos is immediate. The magical moments you're present for. It's probably in hindsight that you, just like most things, that you go, wow, I wish I had realized how precious every moment was.
I tend to be busier than I should be, and I tend to think that time is gonna wait for me. Sometimes I forget and take for granted that it's a beautiful life we live. I don't wanna miss the moments like this. This is a beautiful life you give. You're the reason for everything.
One of the quotes that I apply to the low points in my life is that life has to be lived forward, but is best understood in reverse. I'm an elder at our church. I get to pray for people. And almost every time when you're an elder at a church and you're praying for people, it's a low point in their life. But I've seen so many times God takes them from that low point to a high point that they can't see yet. And I have great faith and confidence. I've seen it over and over again that God is using these low points in our life to teach us the lessons we need to get to the high points.
And what if trials of this life, the rain, the storms, the hardest nights, all your mercies in disguise?
This is Keep the Faith.
Next on Keep the Faith, if you dream of being a mom but find yourself alone, our friend Jackie Dorman has some encouragement to take the first step.
Love is always going to be a risk. It's a 4-letter word, love, that's spelled R-I-S-K.
White lies and desperation, hard times and conversations. No one should ever love me like you do. Sometimes my bad decisions define my false suspicions. No one should ever love me like you do. While I'm on this road, you take my hand. Somehow you really love who I really am. I push you away, still you won't let go. You grow your roses on my barren soul. Who am I? Who am I? To be loved by you. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? To be loved by you. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? To be loved by you. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Last night, confidence was shaking. My wounds, my past was saying, no one should ever love me like you do. While I'm on this road, you take my hand. Somehow you really love who I really am. I push you away, still you won't let go. You grow your roses on my barren soul. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? To be loved by you. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? To be loved by you. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? To be loved by you. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? The way I put you through what you had to see. I'm a train wreck, I'm a mess. You see the best and the worst in me. Still I can't imagine that I've earned your trust. I don't understand where your love comes from. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? To be loved by you. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? To be loved by you. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? To be loved by you. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? To be loved by you. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? To be loved by you. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? To be loved by you. Who am I? Who am I? To be loved by you. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? To be loved by you.
We all have wounds to heal, forgiveness to share, and stories to tell. We hope the contagious encouragement on Keep the Faith is just what you need.
You are not hidden. There's never been a moment you were forgotten. You are not hopeless. Though you have been broken, your innocence stolen, I hear you whisper underneath your send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. There is no distance that cannot be covered over and over. You're not defenseless. I'll be your shelter, I'll be your armor. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. I will never stop marching to reach you in the middle of the hardest fight. It's true, I will rescue you. I hear the whisper underneath your breath. I hear you whisper you have nothing left. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. I will never stop marching to reach you in the middle of the hardest fight. It's true, I will rescue you. Oh, I will rescue you.
You're listening to Keep the Faith. I'm Penny. If we're honest, a celebration of moms can be painful for some, especially if it's something you long to be but find yourself alone. Jackie Dorman says you can break out of that isolation. She's the matchmaking genius behind the Married in 12 Months or Less challenge, which has helped countless people find lasting love. You can get to know her better at lovestories.com.
You might have become really comfortable in your loneliness over the last year and a half, and misery might love company, but safety loves solitude. And that's just the truth. If you want to be safe, then you don't let anybody in. You keep those borders controlled, you keep them tight and right, because the more people you let in, the more chance there is for them to break your heart. When we let the wrong people in, stuff comes up missing, joy, peace, and we just don't want that. And we become so used to it because of just the temperature and the pandemic and everything that we've been through. I think a lot of people have fallen into that rut. I've talked to student after student that says, yeah, I really want love, but I've just really become accustomed to this place where I feel safe and I feel like I don't really want to open the door again, because what if I let the wrong person in again? And so it's just become a bad habit. So you have to be willing to take a risk. Love is always going to be a risk. It's a 4-letter word, love, that's spelled R-I-S-K. You have to be willing to get your hands dirty if you truly want intimacy. And so we need to begin to let down those drawbridges, open those gates, and start to let people in.
Wake up and breathing deeper than yesterday. Take on the morning like your soul's been remade. Roll down the windows, let your cares fly away. Good things are yours to claim, you don't have to wait. All across the sky, new mercies rise, and the future's bright. This is a new day, everything's bursting with hope, coming alive. This moment, you gotta breathe up. No looking back anymore. Open your eyes, it's coming. This is a new day. The old is gone away, This is a new
I'm Keith Stevens. Whether it's a beautiful bouquet of flowers or a simple gift, I hope you remember Mom on Mother's Day. My mom joins me now, and we do share this time of the year together.
Because you were born so close to Mother's Day. You were a wonderful gift to me at Mother's Day, and you continue to be.
Aw, Mom, well, you are to me too. And, one of the things I remember always is coming home after school, and you would always make brownies. We'd sit and visit or talk about the day. And that's the thing about you that I appreciate so much out of many things, is that you're genuine, you're kind, and you're sincere. Those are the same traits and qualities that I want to pass down to my kids, just like you did for me.
Well, I thank you for that. I enjoyed those after-school days when you would come in and sit down and we would chat. Not many people have that special experience because young people are in a hurry to do different things, but we would sit. Sometimes I'd make you a milkshake.
Well, I love you, Mom, and happy Mother's Day.
Well, thank you very much, Keith. I love you, too, and your whole family, and I'm blessed. I always wanted to be a mother. I used to play with dolls, and I got my wish come true. I'm a wife and a mother and have a lovely family.
Well, I love you, too, Mom.
This is Keep the Faith.
I'm Donna Cruz on Keep the Faith with an encouraging thought about Mom. A mother is a person who, when seeing there are only 4 pieces of pie for 5 people, promptly announces she never did care for pie.
Walking the wayside, lost on a lonely road. I was chasing a high life, trying to satisfy my soul. All the lies I believed in left me crying like the rain. Then I saw lightning from heaven, and I've never been the same. I'm gonna climb a mountain, I'm gonna shout about it. I am a child of love.
listening to Keep the Faith.
Even if the healing doesn't come.
Hi, I'm Natalie Grant, also known to Gracie, Bella, and Sadie as Mom. Your story isn't meant to be kept inside. When you share it, the world becomes a more encouraging place, even if it's just for one person. So would you call with your story of faith, hope, courage, or forgiveness today? 800-726-4150. That's 800-726-4150.
On Christmas Eve, my mother passed away, and her favorite flower was a blue carnation. In school, if I think I did good on a paper or if I need encouragement, I will draw a blue carnation on the top of the paper in memory of her. And it just helps me to push forward and do better, that I think she'll be proud of.
Hold it all together, everybody needs you strong. But life hits you out of nowhere and barely leaves you holding on. And when you're tired of fighting, chained by your control, there's freedom in surrender. Lay it down and let it go. So when you're on your knees and answers seem so far away, you're not alone. Stop holding on and just be held. Your world's not falling apart, it's falling into place. I'm on the throne, stop holding on and just be held. Just be held. Just be held. If your eyes are on the storm, you wonder if I love you still. But if your eyes are on the cross, you know I always have and I always will. And not a tear is wasted. In time you'll understand. I'm painting beauty with the ashes. Your life is in my hands. So when you're on your knees and answers seem so far away, you're not alone. Stop holding on and just be held. Your world's not falling apart, it's falling into place. I'm on the throne, stop holding on and just be held. Just be held. Just be held. Lift your hands, lift your eyes. In the storm is where you'll find me. And where you are, I'll hold your heart. I'll hold your heart. Come to me, find your rest in the arms of the God who won't let go. So when you're on your knees and answers seem so far away, you're not alone. Stop holding on and just be held. Your world's not falling apart, it's falling